not. Not this year, at least. Carter drops it off to Reese. Finishes with her offhand. Angel Reese's first points. She'll get about 5 of those per game. She leads the league in total rebounds per game. 5 here to shoot. Onyenwere gets a look and makes good on it. Clark with the rebound. Gray surveying her options. Whips the pass to Wilson, who whips past the hole.
Have you ever had a bad day at work and wanted to tell everyone off? Well, Angel Reese just did that to the entire WNBA fan base. But was she right to do it? We're breaking down her response and what it means for her future in the league. Reese's comeback strategy had better work because her results thus far, the kind of records you desire, are not being set. Why are her admirers claiming that she's the worst shooter they have ever witnessed? What could be the reason behind this? Now, let's look at the statistics. Even if you've probably seen worse, first season Angel Reese's rookie year is changing the definition of struggle. We're talking about a player who is meant to be a league sensation, but who's now making headlines for the wrong reasons on social media. Now we can dissect it on a game-by-game basis. Reese scores 14. 3 points, not bad. Is it? Get ready for the unpleasant part, because this is when it gets very interesting. Her 27 rebounds per game are really mind-blowing, really appealing, isn't it? But the worst part is that she has a pitiful field goal percentage of 34%. Having a Ferrari that is limited to 30 mph is the same as that. Look to her colleague Camila Cardosa to get a sense of perspective on it. Cardosa has been scoring buckets, converting 51% of his field goal attempts. That is what separates a true expert from like Reese or whatever he's doing these days. However, hold on a second, things will only get worse. Imagine for a second a scenario in which Reese manages to accumulate 4 offensive rebounds in the span of 1 possession. Can you believe it? Totally incorrect. Not a single one of those could she turn into points. It's as if you're witnessing someone futilely trying to open a closed door by slamming it repeatedly. Both fans and commentators are expressing their disapproval of this style of play because of how inefficient it is. They claim that Reese padded his stats and played selfishly. She seems to be preoccupied with her personal game of how many rebounds can I get as her team strives to secure a victory in a real basketball match. The fans are really showing her who boss. It was remarked by a fan that Reese can't hit baskets from 3 OT away. Still another one damned her as probably the worst shooter I've ever seen. Oh no, you'd want to freeze your ego after that kind of burn. These are more than simply angry tweets or strong opinions. This debut season is collapsing under the weight of these harsh criticisms. In real time, we are seeing the transformation of a young player's dream into a nightmare. It's the equivalent of watching a much-anticipated film's premiere bomb at the box office. However, the pressure isn't all on Reese. The WNBA's advertising staff is probably working up a sweat right now. Their investment in Reese as a league ambassador has been eroding at the rate of a sandcastle in high tide, and they're losing a lot of money because of it. Nothing short of a terrible game or a terrible week will do. A complete and utter lack of trust is at hand after joining the league with a superstar's confidence. Reese suddenly plays as if she's terrified of the ball. The truth is that a poor start like this can follow a player around for the rest of their career. The sports world is no stranger to this. When a rookie who was widely expected to make a big splash has a rough start, all that hype about their potential begins to fade. Even though Reese's first season has gotten off to a rough start, she is determined to not give up easily. She just did what she retaliated against her detractors with remarks that were just as pointed as her paintbrushes. Is this the moment of clarity Reese has been seeking, or is she just making matters worse for herself? Everyone is buzzing about the bombshell reaction that Angel Reese just dropped in response to her poor showing. She made a strong comment that reflects her game struggles. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it. Reese shot off, and the entire topic changed. Is she serious? Can be a thought crossed your mind, but hear me out. Reese isn't merely trying to defend herself in her answer. It's drawing attention to the tremendous pressure that rookies in the WNBA experience. We're talking about rookies joining a league where their every action is scrutinized, their shots evaluated, and their blunders shared on social media. You can almost see into the head of a player who is under intense pressure. From Reese's remarks, by ignoring criticism, she is actually resisting a system that demands excellence from its members from the very beginning. She seems to be stating, hey, this isn't a video game life. As we know, it is challenging. However, Reese's return is causing more than just a stir among fans. It is dividing them into 2 camps. Many are praising her determination, claiming that the league is desperately in need of someone with her kind of fire. Anyone else, they don't believe her and think it's all an act to hide her bad performance. And now things start to get interesting. Another plot is developing as Reese fights with her fans. One other rookie sensation, who is absolutely captivating audiences, is Caitlin Clark. It's as if two movies are playing simultaneously. I can only imagine the emotional roller coaster that is the WNBA marketing staff. Clark is attracting crowds and illuminating scoreboards, so that's one positive. Rhea, on the other hand, is a drama queen off the court. Despite her struggles on the court, this rookie rivalry has the potential to invigorate the league or cause public relations disasters. But now we'll take a step back. Reese's reaction sheds light on how young athletes deal with criticism in the era of social media, and it's not only about her. The whole globe can observe and remark on every single missed shot and bungled play. It's nearly as bad as a fishbowl game of basketball. Is Reese's return a brilliant move or a blunder? It's a question worth $1 million. One thing is certain, though, she is refusing to let the criticism shape who she is. Even if her game isn't perfect just yet, she is taking charge of her story. Though Reese's rebellion has already caused a stir, the true litmus test is still ahead. What she does next will determine how far she goes in the WNBA, where the spotlight is shining stronger than before. All eyes are on the clock as it ticks down the seconds. So, where does Angel Reese go from here? It's time to prove she belongs in the airs, not merely silence her detractors. We need to discuss tactics. The three most important things for Reese to work on are her shooting accuracy, her decision-making, and her ability to adjust to the fast-paced WNBA. Running a marathon while attempting to solve a Rubik's Cube is akin to her situation. It's not easy, but manageable. First things first, precision shooting. Field goal percentage for Reese is a cold 34%. It's almost Arctic. That's how cold it is. Swiftly, she must acclimate her shooting hands. She spent a lot of time in the gym honing her form and discovering her best places to play. It's like starting over with bike riding just in basketball, but making a choice comes up next with his natural abilities. Reese may be unstoppable in college. That being said, the WNBA comparable to being a chess player in a world where everyone else is a checker player. A quicker court reader, better play anticipation, and the ability to pass rather than force a shot are all things she has to work on. It's about being more strategic, not only more forceful. The issue of speed must also be considered. New York minutes are not enough to keep up with the WNBA, while quickly Reese must catch up. She feels like she's been dragged into the deep end of the pool and must now confront the challenge of swimming with sharks. The problem is that Reese isn't capable of handling this on her alone. It is time for the Chicago Sky to perform. It won't work to just put her out there and cross their fingers. It is imperative that they devise strategies that highlight her abilities, engage her teammates, and boost her self-assurance. They're still trying to find out how to put the pieces together, but Reese is the main piece. We can now discuss the fans. These naysayers need to be converted into advocates for Reese. Just how she proves she's more than just a talker. By doing this, she must establish rapport with them and reveal her softer side. Perhaps it's showing her followers how she works behind the scenes on social media. The goal is to transform Angel Reese, the struggling rookie, into an Angel Reese, the fighter who never gives up. Oh, hold on a second, this is just the beginning. The critique itself is Reese's hidden weapon. I see. What about all those nasty comments and tweets? Her resurgence could be propelled by them, as if an entire legion of individuals are inadvertently pushing her to show them that they are mistaken in vision. This all the bad vibes find their way into Reese's game. With each missed shot comes a new motivation to work harder. In practice, you have to rise to the challenge of every critical comment. It's as if she's acting a Rocky scene, only instead of squaring up against meat, she's honing her jump shoots and footwork. Now things start to become interesting. What if Reese completely flips the script on this? She takes the criticism rather than runs from it. She has all the makings of a sports icon for perseverance. Think on the plot points from struggle to stardom. The Angel Reese story. Sports fans devour comeback stories like popcorn during a game. However, we must be honest, this will not be a picnic. More difficult than climbing Lombard Street in San Francisco is the uphill battle that Reese must endure. Not only does she face competition on the court, but she also faces criticism, expectations, and self-doubt.